Hey everyone, welcome to the week 2 of Kubernetes 1.34 release team meeting. I'm Vyom and I'll be the host for today's meeting. Before we go forward, please note that this meeting comes under the Kubernetes or the CNCF code of conduct, which basically boils down to being excellent to one another. Also note that this meeting is being recorded and would be posted to YouTube, so please be mindful of what you say, and if you don't want to get your videos recorded, please feel free to turn off your camera. With that, please add yourself to the attendees list as well. And let's start with open discussion. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss openly? Now's the time to do so. All right. If not, then let's move on to sub-team updates. And new shadows, please feel free to introduce yourselves, old shadows as well, to the team when the turn of your sub-team comes. So enhancements with Jenny.
Yeah, maybe the shadows can introduce themselves. I see a few of them online. You wanna, yeah, just go ahead. Sean and Fika, who else?
Okay, I'll start with my introduction. So, hey everyone, I'm Faika Ansari and I'm one of the shadows for enhancements. I've previously been in this role in the last release, and I've also been shadowing for a couple of releases under the release notes team in the past and similar releases. So apart from that, I'm a software engineer at Equity, where I work with Cargo. I'm one of the maintainers for Cargo, and I also contribute to Kubernetes. I've been here in the Kubernetes community for like more than 2 years now, and it has been an exciting journey. And now here I am an shadow, so I'm very excited how it goes next. Thank you so much, Shani.
So welcome back. Nice to have you, Faika. Is there anyone else from the announcements team?
Yeah, hi. My name's Drew Hagan. I've been shadowing and helping with the release team since 127. So yeah, really excited to be back and learn about enhancements.
Cool. Great to have you back, Drew. Is there anyone else from announcements?
Thought I saw Sean, but he might have dropped. Okay, so our status is currently yellow. We have 17 alpha, 9 beta, 7 stable. I think a few more have trickled in after this that don't have labels yet. So let's see. I think the call for enhancements was sent out a few days ago. Shadows have been selected, and I have currently a few PRs open to grant them access to like all the GitHub teams and mailing lists that they need. We've started on SIG outreach, hoping to finish that like by the end of the week, and we'll very soon schedule a shadow onboarding once I find a good time for everyone. Oh yeah, I did have a question. We can either address this now or at the end. I think there was some discussion about PR freeze. What I was just wondering what the expectations for the release team like should what do we need to check? I think Kat may have said she was gonna ask for more details, so I don't know if we have the answers yet.
We do.
Okay.
So here's the answer and also some additional context that I think most of you don't have if you weren't in the SIG release meeting. Mache came to a SIG release meeting to ask us to do this, to functionally take over enforcement of the PRR deadline. Because like similar to the issue we had with docs, PRR freeze was not an enforced hard deadline, and it causes a lot of problems for their SIG. We don't really touch PRR at all, other than making sure that it has undergone PRR. What was agreed to was that we would try to implement something this cycle, but that we couldn't enforce a full like hard freeze with an exception process deadline for 134. There wasn't enough time when they made the request. They made the request like 3 weeks ago. So what I'm going to ask y'all to do, and they know that this is happening, is remind people about the PRR deadline, but they don't expect to actually kick any KEPs for not meeting the deadline this cycle. Next cycle, we will take over enforcement of the PRR deadline. There will be Like we will be responsible for reminding people of that deadline, and we will be responsible for handling the exception process that'll exist. But this cycle, it's kind of business as usual, aside from reminding KEP owners that there is a PRR deadline. So that is the only thing you need to change. I've let them know that if they do kick a KEP for not meeting that deadline, that even though this is a process we currently have nothing to do with, formally or informally, we would be the ones to take the heat from it. So if you catch any heat from an enhancement owner or a SIG lead, please tag me in immediately, and I will tag Mache in and handle it. But yeah, for now, just remind people that of when the PRR deadline is.
All right, should we do any checking like to see if they've actually opened a PR yet? And if they've filled in like approver fields and stuff like that, or just send a reminder and that's it?
Just send a reminder. I'm not going to overload y'all with a whole bunch of extra work,
Okay,
like
sounds good.
unexpectedly.
Okay. Yeah, I also see that Sean has joined. Do you want to give an intro, Sean?
Let me see if my client lets me. I'm not going to try video, I guess. So, hi, I was on Release Signal last release and wanted to try another area, get to know the broader picture of releases. So happy to be on the enhancements team this year, or this cycle.
Cool. Great to have you, Sean. Are there any questions for the enhancements team? If not, then let's move on with release signal with Raji.
Yeah, hello. So the current status from release signal is green. The CI signal dashboard currently has a list of 9 issues added, out of which a set of 4 issues from master blocking got carry forwarded from previous 1.33 release. I happened to go through all the issues and confirm that they are still flaking in recent runs, and I have also commented in those related issues, tagging the assigned owners of that particular issues. And there are a couple of master informing flakes that got carry forwarded to this release, out of which one recently got resolved related to Amazon provider. And then we happen to open 3 new issues, 2 master blocking and 1 master informing. And the master blocking ones were actually not opened by our team, but it was closely related to the CI failures, which were from SIG network. So those, one of them got resolved with the migration of infra from Mohammed. And the master informing one has a KEP mapped, which is again related to the infra flake. So that's the status from CI signal board. And coming to the query of having, the issues count in the repo is 8, which includes both the non-test flake and the normal issues. And there are no urgent critical PRs. Then the open issues are 8. I see the important zone PRs changed to 3. I'm not sure. I don't remember changing it. Was Shengao, do you have any update on that? I haven't looked at the link now before the call.
No, I did upgrade it.
Okay. Yeah, I see 3 open issues with important zone tag. And yeah, and also there was a message in the channel for removing the image push jobs from SIG informing dashboard. So I've submitted a PR for removing that in the job definition. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you for the updates. Are there any release signal shadows that would like to introduce themselves?
Okay, my first, I released Signal Shadow 1.32, and if before that, I'm 32 and 33. I'm released Signal Shadow. My name is Chen Hao, and I'm from Taiwan, and also I'm the Qspray Qspray co-reviewer and KCD Taipei lead organizer. Thank you.
Cool, great to have you, Chengal. Is there anyone else from Release Signal? If not, are there any questions for Release Signal that anyone has? All right, let's move on to docs with Michelle. Michelle, you're on mute.
So I just noticed that Arvind is here. I'm just wondering if he want to unmute and introduce himself.
Sure, I can do that. Hi, everyone. My name is Arvind. I'm currently a student in Boston, Massachusetts. I have been involved with Kubernetes for about a year now. I started with shadowing and leading comms for the contributor and maintainer summits. And I always wanted to experience the release process, which I got a chance to do for the previous release, 1.33. And I'm back again as Docs Shadow to learn more about the role. So nice to meet everyone here and happy to work alongside everyone.
Hey, it's nice to have you on the team. So my update for the weeks is that the shadow selection is complete. I have updated the contact sheet and also shared the initial instruction with the shadows. Subscription and or membership in progress, and I'm gathering everybody availability for an orientation next week. That's it from Doc. If you have any question, let me know.
Cool. Thank you for the updates, Michelle. And welcome to the team to you and Arvind. If there are no questions for docs, we can move on to comms with Agustina.
Hi, everyone. I'll get the update out of the way first. So shadow selection is done. The contact sheet is updated. We are working on subscriptions and org memberships. I also opened a progress issue for comms with initial tasks. I'll be updating it. And we have to work on onboarding next. So I will be preparing a deck and schedule this week, and we can target the session for next week. Welcome to all the shadows, by the way. And comms shadows, if you want, feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure, I can go. So hi, I'm Dipesh. So I'm software developer based in UK. So I've been involved in the last few releases, mainly with the enhancements team. Happy to be part of another release to help the team get this release out of the door. That's me.
Cool. Welcome to the team, Dipesh. Are there any other shadows that would like to introduce themselves? Are there any questions for comms? If not, then let's move on to release branch management. Is Matti on the call today? I suspect not. So the update from branch managers would be like this only, unless there is something that they need to share. It's green. It's by default, it's green unless they have shared something, and they'll put the updates when we are near the release cuts. So everything should be good on their side. Are there any specific questions for release branch management that anyone has? If not, then let's move on to our emeritus advisor, Fred.
Hello. Well, not much more to add except what I've added there. I'm not sure if every team already has the shadows selected. I've been going through the PRs, but I'm waiting for it to coalesce so that I'm absolutely sure that all the names are there. Once I have that, I will prepare 2 invitations. So all shadows here expect a couple of invitations for the onboarding process that you should attend. It's a general onboarding session with useful information about what is expected from you, what help exists, etc. So you should make your best try. Well, and that's it. And for the shadows that either are not selected yet or are not here, I just ask the team leads to inform them in your own chats with them that they will receive an invitation and that they should make the best possible to attend. And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you for the updates, Fred. Are there any questions for our EA? If not, then let's move on to the release team, which would be me. First of all, welcome to the team, everyone. I'm really glad to have y'all on board for 1.34. Few things I'd like to say before I get into my updates. Firstly is that being on the release team is really a great opportunity for everyone that's looking forward to contributing to other areas in the upstream Kubernetes project. This is what got me started into contributing to Kubernetes upstream. So it's a great opportunity, and it's slightly competitive as well, because even now that we have decreased from 6 to 4 subteams, it has gotten even more competitive. So please be proud that your application, first of all, made the cut and you actually paid attention applying to the process, which is deeply appreciated. And also, please make the most out of this opportunity. Goes without saying, you get as much as you put in. So if you are looking forward to contributing to other areas, please take this opportunity and make the most out of this opportunity. With that, I'll get into my updates. The APAC meetings have started. They'll be every week at 6:30 UTC. So you can convert that to your time zone. The link for that is up top in the doc. If you are not available or no one from your team is available to join those meetings, please make sure you update the meeting notes beforehand so that whoever is hosting the meeting can read the notes and give the updates to the rest of the team. Apart from that, subteam leads, please schedule the onboarding, which I see all of you are already doing. Also ensure that you are subscribed to the following Google groups and to the Kubernetes release calendar. Retro meetings, burn down meetings, major deadlines, everything would be notified to you by the Kubernetes release calendar. So please make sure you add it to your personal calendar or subscribe to it in any other way. And if you are new to the Kubernetes project and you're not an org member yet, please follow the process outlined in the link that I have shared in the doc. Open an issue mentioning your subteam lead and Mikat or Fred as the sponsors, and ask your subteam lead whether you need to be an org member of Kubernetes or Kubernetes SIGs as well. So this would depend on which team you're on, which your subteam lead would have the answer to. And the access PRs to various resources would be opened by me shortly. The contact sheet is now up to date. And subteam leads, if there are any role-specific PRs that you need to open, please check your handbook once again and open those PRs to get access to various things. Once again, welcome everyone to the team. And now I would like to give the stage to Kat to give us some words of wisdom and motivation.
Hello. I know most of you, but for those of you who are new and do not know me, my name is Kat and I am the release team sub-project owner. I started on the release team in version 120 as an unofficial member dealing with the fallout from the deprecation of the Docker shim, and then actually joined the release team in 121. I was the release lead for 130. And then I just like didn't go away. So they made the whole thing my problem. So I'm your boss's boss's boss, I guess. I report to the SIG release leads, none of whom are on this call, but they do show up occasionally. That would be Jeremy, Stephen, and Sasha are the SIG release leads. So if at any point you have a problem that you do not know how to handle in this cycle and your sub-team lead doesn't know how to handle it, or somebody is mean to you from another SIG, and you feel like you need to like bring the hammer of God down upon somebody else's head, you come get me, and I will do it. The release is a long and stressful thing. It's 14 weeks. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of cat herding. It is a lot of dealing with contributors and maintainers and SIG leads and technical leads who have conflicting priorities, and we have to get it all done, and that can make emotions run kind of high, which is stressful for me, it's stressful for you, it's stressful for absolutely everybody, and that can make people lash out a little bit. We see it a lot around deadlines, so if somebody does lash out, pause, don't engage, tell your sub team lead, tell Viome, come get me, and we will handle it. That said, the release team can also be a burnout machine because of exactly that. So if you're starting to feel kind of burned out, kind of overwhelmed, especially since this is an open source project, all of you have jobs, or school or something else that takes up a lot of your time and should take priority over this. If it's starting to feel like too much, it is always, always, always okay to voluntarily step back from the release team. Like Viome said, it is very, very competitive to get onto the release team. We get a couple hundred applications for, roughly 20 positions. Having the self-awareness and the concern for the rest of your teammates and the maturity to step back voluntarily mid-release if you need to is a good thing. We do keep track of how your sub-team leads find that you did over the course of a release. We survey them at the end of every cycle, and I have that information going back 15 cycles. If you were to step down, that would be a positive mark on your Kubernetes permanent record, so to speak. We have had a sub-team lead step down mid-cycle and come back to lead the whole release. So it really is not a bad thing. Please do step down if you feel that you are overwhelmed. I'm hammering this home because every cycle, I have to fire one or two shadows for just disappearing mid-cycle. And it does not feel good to do that. I don't like doing it. It happens in public because I have to open a PR. We have to revoke your org membership. We have to remove you from all of the release team documentation. And it feels really bad to do that. So please don't make me do that. You worked so hard to get here, and I want you to stay here for a few cycles and then find another home for you somewhere else in the project so that we can all, learn and grow and do good things. So don't let the fact that this release cycle is overwhelming burn up your life. Come get me if you need help. I am here for anything that your sub-team lead or Viome cannot do. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you for that great talk, Kat. And as mentioned, don't burn out. It's not healthy, it's not sustainable. Usually a lot of folks stay in the release team for a couple of cycles. So if you keep that mentality of burning out every cycle, it won't really help. All right. I see, Melanie, you mentioned about the access to the doc. The access would be given when I raise the PR to add you all to the release team Google group, which I'll do shortly. So then you'll have access to all the release team documents, edit access, viewing access, all types of access. All right, are there any questions for me or Kat that anyone would like to ask? If not, then let's move on to SIG scalability, which I'm assuming no one is here from, and their current status is green. And with that, we are at the end of the meeting notes. Mission accomplished. Well, not mission accomplished, just a checkpoint. The complete cycle is in front of us. And thank you for being here, everyone. Is there anything anyone would like to discuss on the recording before I stop the recording and hit those wonky Zoom buttons?
Yeah, I can introduce myself. I joined a bit late. Hey everyone, Ryan this side. So I am with the enhancements team this release. I am with the release team since 1.29. Have been in enhancements and release notes and docs, and happy to be back this cycle. Excited to be working with everyone, and yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you. Welcome back, Ryan. Welcome on the team. And did I introduce myself? I don't remember doing so. I just got into the release team stuff. So those of you that don't know me, Hey everyone, I'm Vyom. Been on the release team since 1.27, so it's like what 7-8 cycles now. I work at Canonical in the Ubuntu security team. I'm also on the Kubernetes security response committee. So if you want to earn $10,000 and you have found a really critical bug, please report us and we'll be happy to give you the money. All right, with that, I am going to end the recording unless there is anything anyone else would like to say. All right, see you on YouTube. Stopping the recording.